There we are. We're recording. So take a deep breath, guys. And before we start, just really quickly, we are going to start working on Project Touch Academy, which is really simple at this point, just a referral to the main 10 oils and emotional oils. But what we'd like to do on the website, on Project Touch Worldwide, is to put kind of a little bit of a page where people who are interested, we can also send the phone calls to those pages, can learn more about a certain oil. So it probably means a basic video, hopefully a video of one of us done with the oils, some information from doTERRA about the oils. It can be all very much linked, okay? It doesn't have to be anything difficult, but something that people can easily find and learn more about a particular oil, and that we can send them through from our Scipio texting site, okay? Real quick reminder, I'm going to send you a link soon by somebody I really like that I've come across lately, and she has a Facebook group for online entrepreneurs, and I watched her this morning, and for her online launch, she really said you need to get into the pain, the pleasure, and specifically what are you offering. And I think we're getting into the story of pain and pleasure, right? So I think it may be very helpful. Her name is Melissa Farr. I'll send the link. You have to request to be part of a Facebook to be part of that, but I do recommend it. So because I think her videos are extremely well done and give a lot of free information on her Facebook Lives. So, okay. So having said that, if you want to participate in any of the Project Touch Academy, please do. I think you guys all should. At least, of course, Diane and Athena, that's totally optional. But for those from our team, I want to put your name underneath of it so you can get a reference to you have contributed to that. And I think it's important for us. So it's only one page. You don't need to do more. But let me know if you're up for that, and we'll assign you, or you can choose as well. Okay, take a deep breath.
I've actually got a question because this is the first I've heard of this. Can you explain to me what you're talking about?
Yep, it's actually probably the first a lot of people have heard about it, so thank you, Chris. Project Touch Academy, right now, I want to start small. But it is the idea that we provide education, and we already are doing that, okay? We are already sending out Scipio messages to anybody who signs up or anybody who's interested, as long as they opt in, right, by saying yes to that form or by texting me their name and number. They can get a sequence of 21 days about the oils. I want to make it a little more formal and call that Project Touch Academy. And I think we could have a discussion what needs to go on those pages, but it's basically an intro to what is lemon, how do you use it, and this frankincense, how do you use it, a very simple introduction. Again, I want to launch it, I want to do it, and I think as we're doing it, we'll improve on those things, but I feel like that's for people who are just learning about the oils, right? Who just got that kit, and every single day they get a message. And now they get a message to just one video. But I would love to go to a page where they find a video and some more written information about the oil as well. Does that make sense? Chris?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So it's an invitation right now to do that, to start that. The one thing we got from the hospital consistently, and I get more and more consistently, is people want classes. They want information. They want, is your next class? Well, some of that needs to be online, some of that needs to be in person. But I think it's an important piece. And I think we're already doing it. It just needs to be better. So I think it's just developing that Scipio series into something that's worthwhile. Okay. So let me know. Give me a text, give me a Facebook, give me a yes on Facebook or whatever you want to do. Send me and if you have an oil, let me know. Because I'd love to give you a certain oil. And if you've done already a presentation, by the way, for example, for you, Chris, as you're talking about it, I would love, for example, if you would take lemon and you would put your whole presentation about the citrus on there. I mean, it's right there already, right? We already have it on YouTube. So you can just we can just design that, and then Sean can put it on there, and then I can link Scipio to it, and it's there. And then they have a beautiful video information about lemon, and they have a beautiful presentation about it already too. So I think already we have so much already in what we're doing. I did a whole thing about pain and inflammation, right, this past Tuesday. And I know that several of us have done those in the past. So I just want to use it. I want to use what we're doing in multiple ways.
Sure, I'm in. I just needed to know what we were doing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Awesome. Well, thanks for saying that. Good clarification. Okay, we're going to make it really briefly because I know, Chris, you're up next. So let's go and take a deep breath in. I went to Immortelle this morning, which I'm not sure why, but that's what I went to. So pick up your oil, whatever it needs to be. The way I feel Immortelle is that it's lifting this group a little bit higher, a little beyond the daily grind, which I know a lot of us are in because we're really, really busy. Lift yourself up. It was the same thing I said yesterday, right? Lift yourself out of that crunch. Get out of the time funnel. It almost feels like it's like that tight spacesuit that sometimes we feel like time is. Take it off right now. Take off the time suit. Let's make it a time spacesuit. Let's take it off so blood can flow again through our spine, especially. It felt like the spine was so constricted. And we can breathe our lungs again. And we can open our stomach and our abdomen and feel what's all possible there and the whole flow. And we can go to our knees and move forward very freely and easily in our feet. And feel solidly grounded on the earth so you can move forward. And as you're moving forward, elevate yourself a little bit towards a higher standard. See a little bit more, see a bit higher. So you can be very specific about what you're offering to people and have a lot of fun with it. And have a lot of people come in. Please right now choose how many people you're going to have to come in this month. And I'm going to minimum of 5. So I'm going to put my, for everybody. So please put yourself at that minimum. Okay? Really shoot for that. Put yourself with a mindset of having 5 people enroll for you this month. We're still very much in the beginning of the month. So we can really have that, okay? 5 people who can enroll and have fun and enjoy these oils and go with us on this marvelous journey that we're doing, because we are doing it. Put yourself in there. Allow yourself to find those five people. Put that in your mind. Have roller bottles with you so you can then do that and make the invitation very specific and clear about what you need to do. Okay, that's all I want to say. Let's move on. Take a deep breath. We'll keep on doing work as Chris is going. But Chris, I think you're up, right? I think we had you first.
Yeah. My story. Okay. I sort of tripped into the oils. I wasn't looking for anything. Didn't have any major health issues that I was running into. I didn't have anybody in my family that was doing anything. But I do come from a family where medicines are not something that they go to immediately. And shortly after being introduced to the oil, my father, who has had knee problems for many, many years, started having trouble moving around. And so I sent him some of the Deep Blue pills. And I got this call from my mother going, "Your dad can now go back up and down the stairs again." And so to me, that meant that there was something there to look into without having to go to pharmaceuticals. And it's grown from that, and found that things like being able to not have to take as many medicines for headaches, or having options where I didn't have to carry the 15 bottles of pills for what I was going to face, since I do a lot of traveling. It's definitely reduced the weight that I'm carrying around with me. And it's to me, it's a nice option to move around, and to help provide options to keeping myself and the people I care about healthy. And that's about all I've got.
Awesome.
I
Awesome.
don't really feel like I've got a story.
You do, but let's dive into it, because I love reading pieces of that story. Anybody else? Thanks, Chris. Anybody else wants to comment and give some feedback to Chris? It's a beautiful story, actually.
I love your story, Chris, and definitely want to hear more of your feelings about it. Like, I don't know, I feel like you have a good structure there and everything. And yeah, like I can kind of see, like, I can see you wandering around being like, this is kind of cool, you know? But I want to hear more about like what you were feeling and stuff, like when you found this cool thing. And so a little bit more about your journey in that.
Okay.
Well,
I will tell you that I was very, very much of a person that looked at the oils, and when I first heard about them many years ago, it was all through, this is a way to control your emotions, and that really turned me off. And until I learned things that they could actually do, I was not open to it. And so
what made you step into it? What made you stop? I'm curious for myself too. I enrolled you, but I'm curious, what made you do it?
What made me do it?
Yeah, what made you step into the oils? Why did you take my offer? Why did you take me up on that?
Because I trusted you.
Yeah.
And I trusted that because I saw the changes in your life, that I felt that it was something that there was something there that could potentially be of interest. I'm very much of a learner. I am very much of a scholar. And you gave me the impression that it wasn't a bunch of hokum. And so it gave me something to learn. And so that's what I said about doing, is learning about it. Rather than incorporating it in my life, it was started out as a mental exercise.
Awesome.
You know what, Chris? I love that. I think that's great. You know, I could see that as part of a presentation. Hey, when Anne-Marie introduced a student, say a little bit about who Anne-Marie is, if you know your audience doesn't know, and just and say that, because you're saying that, hey, I went on this on trust, and it turned out to be great, and I want you to know me and to rely on my support and to feel like you can trust me. So there's that issue. And then the whole idea about, guys, learning is fun. And as we get older, we don't get to go to school. We don't get to get, engaged in those things, but we never stop learning. And here is something, if you're feeling a little bit, bored with life, or you need a little spark or passion, or, by learning something new, this is something to, that you may want to dive into, because there is so much information out there, and doTERRA provides so much, and you can Google almost anything and put doTERRA behind it, and you'll find somebody who wrote a blog about it. And it's just fun to learn. And this is something, and then you can talk about how this is going to become mainstream, and we might as well get in on the cutting edge about it, but you can learn about it right now, and it's fun.
Thank you, because to me, that's really what it's been. It's been a journey of learning, and I just find that enjoyable.
Awesome. So yeah, I love those comments too, Diane, and put some more emphasis on that too. The one thing I would also say is your parent story. Don't glide over that one. Go a little bit deeper into that because I thought it was awesome. Your dad can go up and down the stairs again for people who actually are living by themselves, right? Now, a lot of people have parents they are concerned about, and to provide a natural solution for the parent, and they can go up and down the stairs again. That can be the difference between sometimes a nursing home or not, right? Or at least an assisted living or staying at the home where you're at. So I think it's pretty huge.
All right, I'll look at expanding that some because that was really the first thing that I thought of when I started learning about the oils was taking care of my parents more than taking care of myself.
Yeah, and I think that's true for a lot of people. Awesome, love that. And then just going on, and then I think the last thing I would say is your journey is not done. So, and I feel like your story is not done, and that's okay. Like it's the same thing that we talked about with Megan yesterday. Your story is not done. All our stories are not done, but even this story is not done yet. So I would say that to people. People need to hear that realness again, right? And say, okay, and I'm still learning. I'm still going, right? I'm still every day finding new people and new opportunities and not new opportunities, new experiences and learning more, right? And all that kind of stuff. So your journey's not done. It's still there. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other things? Otherwise, we'll go to Shauna real quick. I know Shauna, I don't know if you can on the phone or not. Any other things, guys, before I move on to Shauna? Going once, going twice. Okay. Shauna, I don't know if you can talk or not. You put a yes
I'm here. I'm here. There might be some background noise, but I will try to mute it if I catch it.
Do you want to tell your story again, or you want to go on the Facebook that you had yesterday? Did you put up?
I think we're going to have to look at Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't really talk right now.
And I'm wondering if we can put it up. I don't think we can. I don't know. Can we? I was wondering about it. Can we do a share screen about it? I'm going to look for a second if we can or not. If we're not, then we'll leave it. I'm not seeing it. Okay. Megan, do you know if we can or not? Okay. So as we're...
Let me see. So I think if you just... wait. Looks like you're sharing your screen.
Yeah.
Let's see. So you're logging into Facebook. Can you just go into your Facebook app?
I tried that and I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't find it. So
let me see. I can try it or something.
You want to try it? You want me to give you?
Yeah, 1 second.
You try and do a share screen, and while we're giving a little bit. I don't know if anybody has listened to Shauna's Facebook. I listened to it yesterday. It's gorgeous. It's wonderful. I said to her, you gotta save that video.
All right, 1 second. Let me try sharing it. Screen.
Because it really talks about, we'll let Megan do this while we're doing it. It really talks about her story. And I thought it was pretty remarkable. Oh, there you go. Can we hear it?
Okay, here, let me click on it. Sorry.
It's okay. You can see her pretty face.
Do you not hear it?
No, we can't hear it. Do you hear it?
Okay, darn. Yeah, I hear it, but that's because it's on my phone. So I turned the volume up all the way. And so I don't know if you can hear it.
No.
I don't know.
Try one more time, but I don't think it's going to work. Try one more time.
Let's see.
Just play. No. Okay. I don't think it has that ability. So I think we may need to download it to YouTube. And then we could probably do it from there. So let's do it on Monday. Let's transfer you over to Monday, Shauna, because I'd like people to hear the story, because I know some of them listen to Facebook, some of them haven't. It was really well done. And
Thank you.
yeah. So, okay. So let's transfer to Monday. Okay.
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 I do need some help on something.
Okay.
Is that I've been trying to download things to the Project Touch YouTube thing.
Yeah.
And I'm failing.
Okay. Did you sign in with our password? Do you know our password? Because you need to sign.
I don't have a password for it.
Okay, so that's why you need to log in under Project Touch worldwide, and the password it's the Project Touch worldwide at gmail.com, and the password is Project Touch 1. Right, Megan? Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the password. And then as soon as you log in and stuff, there's the little underscore bar with the arrow above it, and that's the sign to download stuff or upload, I guess, rather. Yeah, because the
I
arrow
found
points.
that.
Yeah, so you can do that.
I don't know. Okay, understand that my knowledge of YouTube consists of having found Project Touch YouTube.
Yep.
You gotta sign in under it. That's that. So on the right side there's a sign in button.
Sign into the website. Where do I sign into it?
Oh, so it's this base. It's like so now when you use Gmail, right?
I use what?
Gmail, Google.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, it's just another Google account. So you need to be signed out of your, if you're, of course, on your computer, you need to sign out of your own personal account, and then you can sign in as Project Touch. And so then as soon as you're signed in as Project Touch, then you can just go to the YouTube site, and then you'll be, of course, the administrator and stuff. And then you can just click that little upload link, and then anything you upload will be done as Project Touch rather than as Chris Bonnick then.
Okay, so the username is Project Touch Worldwide?
At Gmail.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
At
Gmail.
All right. You have now given me the information to hopefully succeed. Thanks.
Yeah. And Chris, let us know if it doesn't work, and then we'll work with it. If anybody uploads anything to YouTube, also shoot a quick message to Shauna or to me, because we'd like to put it on the website as well. So what I asked Chris to do is download her video that she did for her group, which is a really good video about all kinds of things with summer, and really nicely done again. So I'd love to present that. If you have any videos that you do with your team or with people that you think are worthwhile putting on the website, which most of them are, okay? Probably one Facebook isn't good enough, but I mean, like a 1 minute Facebook, no, probably not. But if you do something more extensive, like even the group that Megan did, or some of the things you have done too, Shauna, let's make blogs around it. I kind of want to keep on having wonderful blogs around what we're doing. So, okay. I want to really dive into my story real quick and get some feedback on that. This is kind of like, I didn't know how much but we have a few more minutes, don't we? Okay, I'll make it really short. 6:25, so I'll make that really short. Chris, I don't know if you need any help. So I was running and thinking about my story, because my stories have been all over the place too with the oils. But I think the most significant part for me was when, actually this was back in 2014, 2015, where my life was actually at a pretty low point. I'd been homeschooling my kids for most of their lives. I gave up part of my career to actually be with them. And yet at that point, I found that they were, as teenagers, were really drawing away from me, and in not a good way, especially my oldest son. A lot of gaming, a lot of computer, a lot of not connection, and especially not a connection to other people, but also not a connection to me. Now, I had been introduced to oils in 2012 by an Aromatouch hand massage, and I loved that Aromatouch hand massage, and I got the box, the Family Essentials kit, and I didn't do anything with it. It went home and it went into my cupboard, and that's all I did with it. But I still remember it. And at a time when there was so much going on in my life, and I felt such a despair about what's going to be like for this kid that doesn't feel connected, nor to me nor other people. I was like, what can I do? He didn't want to go see a therapist. He didn't want to do anything, basically. And I also had so much stress, and I also had so many things around me that I wasn't really open to a lot of things either. Well, the thought somehow, or the opportunity came to me to do Aroma Touch. And it was one of those feelings, I've had them several times in my life, where I feel like you have to do this. And so I signed up and I went to Christine and I learned the Aroma Touch technique. And I came home and I got a massage table because I loved it. I slept so well. I slept better and more rested and more rejuvenated than ever before after that Aroma Touch. I felt there was something special there. And then I just offered him an Aroma Touch, and I expected a no, and he said yes. And I did an Aroma Touch with him, and life changed. Life changed. I don't know why, but he also was taking the Long Life Vitality at that point, but the Aroma Touch, he became more connected. He became more into what he wanted to do. And he started thinking and dreaming again about what kind of things he wanted to do with his life. And then he started thinking about going on a mission and for our church. And he went, and he decided to go to the Netherlands. So he went to the Netherlands for 2 years on a Chinese-speaking mission. And things changed because of that. And every step that I've taken since then, with the touch, whether that be the hand technique or the Aroma Touch, or now the advanced technique that I learned in Cape Verde, because I also went to Cape Verde, and lo and behold, there I met a massage therapist who even deeper changed me because of touch, and he also started using the oils, and it changed me even more. And every single step, when from that point on, as I've continued on this journey, when I go into any situation with touch and with the essential oil, something changes with people. And I've seen so many people with serious problems like fibromyalgia and chronic headaches and emotional problems, whatever it is, change because of an oil and because of a touch. And so from that point, I started developing and thinking and had some wonderful people join with me about making Project Touch worldwide. And that's what we're doing right now, and with the vision of bringing these touch techniques with these superb essential oils from doTERRA to the world, to families, so they can help their families, especially moms, but also dads. They can help their kids and their families move beyond what they ever thought they could do, in both in physical and emotional health. So that's what I do right now. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that because we're out of time. Anybody wants to have any comments on that?
Beautiful. I thought that was really well told, Anna Marie. And yeah, like I remember, kind of the beginning of that with Tony and stuff. And I don't know, I thought you told that really well. You really painted a good picture, did a really good job of painting a picture of where you were before the oils really took effect. And then you did a really good job describing your journey. And so, I felt really emotionally connected to that. And so I thought that was really nice.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else? Criticism is good too. Love to hear some more.
I liked the aspect that it was a way for you to reconnect with important people in your life.
Yeah. Yep. And it still to today is. It's funny you bring it up, Chris, because even with Mao being here, it's such a reconnection right now. I mean, for us, for my kids, for us as family, it's amazing. And it's again because of the touch and bring Maui now too. I mean, I think that's another awesome, really awesome place too. So yeah.
Yeah, I think I would even add in maybe even a little bit more about how it helped you reconnect with yourself, because you are the most important aspect there.
Yeah, that's very true. Awesome. I love that. Okay, that makes sense. Anybody else?
That was a great story, because we see how Project Touch began and how important touch is, and just the impact that it can have on so many people, especially your family.
I haven't told that story, have I, Christy?
Heard that story.
Oh my goodness.
Anne Marie, I think you're going to have, a wonderful audience out there to people our age that have, teenagers, or even, off to college students, because that is the age where kids normally start to, they need to naturally leave their parents, and they don't know how to do it. And so there is one way that just kind of happens naturally, where they either start to withdraw and escape, or get mean, right? Because, and push you away because you won't go away. So then they get mad, and they don't even realize exactly why that's happening, but it's a natural process. But if there is a way that we could draw them back in to themselves and to us through touch, while still letting them spread their wings and fly away. So I think that's a great story to say, okay, he was pulling away, but he was having to pull away from everything because he needed to grow. But this allowed him to grow in a way that he could reconnect and still grow. And so I think that's beautiful.
I love that, Diane, and it's so true because, and I think it goes back to what Megan said too, because I grew, I was able to let him go more than anything else. Through that touch, I mean, I did the touch, but I was also able to trust him more than anything else before. And so that opened up that space, I think, for him to not feeling like he had to defend himself and find his way. So I think you're so right in that one. That's, yeah, good one. Good observation.
And I guess I didn't realize that happened, to me with my son too. And he went away for 6 months to Alaska, and it was really difficult beforehand, but it's while he was away that I really started using the oils so much more, and getting into sharing them. And when he came back, not so much that that I used them on him. He does ask me for a massage every once in a while, and he'll say, I'll even let you use your oils, Mom. But he says, but we have been getting along so much better, and I have let go. And that is, I think that is huge. And so maybe that's something that we can kind of introduce to these empty nesters, that it's a way to help you let go and still feel connected.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Something interesting, hearing you tell the story about your son and giving him an aroma touch. It was through aroma touch that my middle son, that was the only way that he would, allow me to introduce him to the oils, because he was not interested until that time. But since he has received an aroma touch, now when he comes home, I always give him one, and he's a lot more open to using the oils. So.
Awesome. Wow, good. Yay. Okay, so it's all connecting, right? Seed points are always connecting. And by the way, we do our star story, but we'll talk more next week also about other stories that we have, witness stories. And so this can be part of another story that you have. It can be a witness story. It can be another, another story. It can be where you combine things as well, or talk to a different audience, whatever it is. So keep these stories in mind when they click, because they may make a difference. And you may very well use some of these stories. I mean, I'm absolutely going to use some of your stories. Okay? If I have somebody with a lot of stuff with headaches, I know who to refer to, or to actually talk about whose story I need to talk to about, right? And so, and it's for everyone that I've heard. So you can absolutely use these stories. I mean, they're powerful. They're wonderful. So.
Well, the other thing is that once we get these stories recorded, you can put them in your YouTube file under testimonials or whatever for specific topics. And then you can set, when someone talks about an issue, you say, I have a friend who had something similar. Let me share this with you. Send them the link and let them listen to the testimonial.
Yeah, absolutely. So think about that. I think that's what we're going to. And I think next week we'll perfect those stories a little more. And then absolutely, let's put them on a Facebook or a video, put them on our YouTube channel, or wherever you, Athena and Diane, want to put that to, or wherever anybody wants to put them. And for us, I think definitely on Project Touch Worldwide, we'll have something there that we can refer to, and we can say, hey, like we're already doing, right? We're having so many stories that are coming up. So powerful one, really, really powerful one. So, okay. I think that's it for today. So next week, Thanks so much, guys, for all your feedback. To me, this was scary too. I'm not quite done with it either, but to me, it helps me tremendously because honestly, I knew it was part of my turn today, and I was running here and I was like, what is it? And then this story came to me so easily, and I actually don't think I've ever told it that way. So this was really beautiful for me, and I hope for you guys too. I want to dive into it deeper. I want to perfect it. I want to make it better. And then next week, I want to talk about some other stories as well. I put some links on the web. I did download them to YouTube in a unlisted file, so you can click on it and you will be able to see the video. I just didn't want to make it public yet because I think this is all what we're practicing. So it's not public, it's unlisted. So people in general will not be able to find it. So don't worry about that. So next week we'll listen to Shauna's, we'll get that one up. And then anybody else who still wants to go, I don't know who else is on the call who still wants to go. I think everybody else. There's one more person on the call. I don't know who it is. Who's on the call? Is it the same one?
I'm called in as a phone number. So.
Oh, there you are, Athena. Yes, you're right. I am missing you.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If there's
Unless
anybody,
we're sharing images, it's easier for me just to call.
oh yeah, absolutely. And it's not, yeah, it works absolutely. And so if you have any team members who want to go on telling about stories, tell them about what we're doing and invite them, even if it's just for 1 or 2 days, where they can listen to this, where they can tell their story, or encourage them to call them and see if they want to share their story with you, just one-on-one. Okay, this is powerful as we're doing this. This is a wonderful method to do this. This is important. Okay. All right, any other comments, guys? Otherwise, we'll hang up. We'll have a wonderful week. And then next week, we'll go on again. The one thing I want to say before we hang up, and this is probably also for Shauna, who did a lot of follow-ups too, Megan and I are kind of working on doing kind of a follow-up series. What do you say to people after you've been at the fair? And so Shauna, I would love to have you on there too, because I know you've done a lot of fairs too. Anybody else who's done it? I'm going to do a thread on that on Facebook. So now is the time to kind of look at that and say, what would you say to a person? What you've just said them, you've just been at a fair with them. How do you actually follow up on them? Especially at the fair where you have quite a few people coming in, right? And you may have quite a few follow-ups. What's an easy way to kind of follow up with them? So you do it quickly. I mean, we did it yesterday, thank goodness. I said to Megan, we got to do it yesterday, because otherwise you lose. I mean, I have some contacts from months back, and I'm going to still follow up, but it's not powerful at all. It's probably a waste of time. So you need to follow up right away. So if you do a fair, follow up within the next 3 days again. You need to follow up. Okay, so we'll do that on Facebook, and I think that's all. So take a deep breath, guys. Let's envision those 5 people. If you want to make 10 people, that's awesome too. But at least start envisioning those. Bring your oils with you today. Have fun today, whatever you're doing. And Athena, I want to talk to you about Mao, because I think you said that too. And I do want to really explore and help you guys get connected to Mao. It feels like, again, there's an urgency for me there, because he's not going to be here until at least the fall. And that's a long time, because his methods changed me. It's the massive touch that we're doing. Okay. It's the
okay, great.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Thanks so much.
Have a great weekend.
You too.
Have a nice weekend, everybody.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye, guys.